So we just got back from a funeral, and we thought that it would be cool, since we didn't start our vlogging until late in the year. We thought it'd be cool to we thought it would be cool to go through our calendar of events from last year. Sarah's really good about keeping doctor's appointments and stuff that had happened on our calendar that hangs in our kitchen. So it was a crazy year. We're kind of just reflecting on 2015, looking forward to 2016, and hoping that this is going to be a great year. But we kind of just wanted to go through the calendar and have you also be part of it, just kind of to know a little bit more about us. And we're going to, within the next few days, we're going to answer those questions from our last video that we made. And also the Tannerites home tour, MTV crib style. So that'll be kind of fun since we hit the 5,000 mark, 5,000 subscribers, and we're excited about that. So let's go into this, and this is January. This is all the stuff that happened in January, and we're just going to kind of go through it real quick. So January was crazy because we were just going through all these doctor's appointments through the end of 2014, and
the end of my pregnancy with Canyon, I had gestational diabetes, so I was going once a month, every other week or something like that, to a doctor's appointment for that. And then they found out that Canyon's fluid was low, or my fluid was low around Canyon, and so I was doing ultrasounds and non-stress tests. At first it was once a week, then it went to twice a week, and sometimes it was 3 times a week, just to make sure that the baby was doing okay and that the fluid wasn't too low, that his heart was beating the right way. And so along with my regular doctor checkups for my pregnancy, we were going to the doctor at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3, just to make sure that that cute little guy got here safely.
so 9 times in the month of January, and that's just the doctor's appointments. That wasn't actual running into the doctor or anything quickly. So that was crazy, just that month. And then
a lot of the days they were 2 different doctor's appointments,
so at least an hour to 2 hours each day. So that's kind of crazy. Diabetic nurse visit, non-stress test. Non-stress test. It went from her writing out non-stress test to saying NST. It kind of got routine. So anyway, that month was crazy. And then the next month, in February, baby Canyon got here on Tuesday the 3rd, but not before. It looks like she went to the doctor again. Remember going to the doctor the day before?
Yeah, because they were going to start me that day if my fluid was low, and it had come back up. And so they started me the next day when I was 39 weeks.
And then it was pretty quiet there for a few weeks, it looks like. So, because I do remember actually one day Sarah was in the hospital, so it had to have been, so we had parent-teacher conferences, and one day I left the hospital while Sarah and Canyon were in the hospital to go with Branson to talk to the college at UVU about some classes. So it was weird to go, just had a baby, and then go 2 minutes later and join your oldest kid to go talk about college. That was crazy. So anyway, it was pretty quiet, and then
my dad and stepmom got sealed to their kids.
That was awesome. A good day. I remember that. And
so most of February was recovering
from having the baby.
But I didn't write down the ultrasound. So through my whole pregnancy, I could feel a lump in my stomach, and we thought it was just the baby, like knee or foot or something, when babies are bigger. And then a week after the baby was born, I pushed on my stomach out of habit, and I could still feel the lump. So called the doctor a couple days later, went to see her. A couple days later, did an ultrasound, then did a CT scan a couple days after that, and they found that it was a tumor.
Called a desmoid tumor. They didn't know at that point exactly what it was, but if we go back in the calendar, February 3rd is when baby Canyon was born, and on March 2nd, Monday, she was meeting with the doctor, the surgeon, And then on Tuesday, she had an appointment for a biopsy. So all that quickly. So it was literally a week after she had the baby, she was already feeling it. Met with the doctor the week after, and then within 2 weeks she was already in getting a biopsy after having the baby just a month prior. And then another doctor's appointment on Tuesday the 10th, so the following week. And then literally she was in surgery on Thursday the 12th of March to have that removed. So they were it was pretty fast. It happened very, very fast. And that is a 6-week recovery. So from that point on, it was Sarah being home, and literally she couldn't do anything.
I couldn't hold the baby. I couldn't walk down the stairs, walk around anywhere by myself. Couldn't change the baby's diaper. So I laid in bed. I could feed the baby. And that's about all.
So all she could do was breastfeed the baby. So she literally laid here right in this spot for 2 weeks. She got up to go to the bathroom and needed help with that, but otherwise she was just laying right here and had a brand new baby. So guess who got to be mom? It was totally me. So I got to change diapers and get up with the baby all night long. And I say I got to because it was the best experience of my entire life. With Canyon being our last baby, it was just an experience that I really needed to have, and I thought it was awesome, and I would never, ever, ever give it back. But I will say that 6-week recovery for her was really cut short because she cannot sit still for nothing. So she kept trying to get up and doing different things, and before we knew it, she was already up vacuuming and cleaning and arranging parties and doing all this other fun stuff. So anyway, so that was the month of March. And if I look at it, that was mainly surgery and recovery, and then getting through recovery. And then April was actually just following up with the doctor and checking things out. They were happy. They got all of the tumor out. Everything around it came in negative. So we were so excited. So we literally went from, you had a baby, to, oh, you have this weird lump. Oh, you have cancer. Oh, let's get it removed. Oh, it's gone now. All within, seriously, a 7-week period of time. It was crazy. And so we were all excited. We were ready to just get on with our lives. And then, so through April and May, Sarah was just trying to get back to herself and recover, and it was just taking some time.
My oldest nephew and my oldest niece got married a week apart from each other in May, so that was fun.
That was fun. And then June, we started off by going down to St. George, which we do every year, and we do that with the Bascom's, and that was a lot of fun. And then it was just more doctors and dentist appointments. Looks like just follow-ups and different things. There's Dr. Gary again, the one that did the surgery, following up with him, and I believe that is when the Dr. Gary at that point met with the tumor board, the cancer board, and it's a board of doctors that do this on a regular basis, and they share notes and they look at each case individually. So they looked at hers, and they all recommended that she get radiation at that point. So we were told on the 15th of June that Sarah was going to need radiation. The problem with that is you cannot breastfeed and have radiation. So and again, this was Sarah's last baby, and she really wanted to just stretch that out as long as possible and have that connection and be able to feed the baby. And so that, outside of the surgery and all the other things, I think hurt Sarah more than anything, is to know that she wasn't going to be able to breastfeed him. So she started pumping and getting as much together in terms of milk and gathering to get ready for that time. So that was June. And then in July, so on July 7th, Sarah had her dry run with radiation, which means she went in. It means she went in and she had tattoos put in certain positions on her abdomen. I think it was this side, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On her right side. And they put these tattooed little dots in certain positions so the machine knows exactly where to go. And then they made a form for her that when she goes in there, she's in the exact same position every time. And then she started radiation on the 8th, which is the next day. And she had to do radiation every single day.
5 days a week.
5 days a week, every single day for 6 weeks. And so they had a couple days where the machine was down through that time, and then something else, a few things. So she actually went 7 weeks of radiation.
So from the time I walked in the door till the time I left was only like 15 minutes. Radiation itself only took about 5 minutes. On Mondays I would have to get my blood drawn, and on Tuesdays I'd have to see the doctor. So those days would take a little bit longer, but most of the time it was 15 minutes. It would, from the time we left the house till the time I got home, it would be about 45 minutes every day, 9:30 every morning.
So July of 2015 was very busy. We also had, just a few days after Sarah started the radiation, we had Lizzie's surgery. Lizzie had a hernia in her belly button, so she went in for surgery, and so we had a few days to help her get recovered from that. It actually didn't take very long. It was a pretty easy procedure. But that was also the time where I had decided, and we had decided as a family, that we were going to pursue and take on a business that I had invested in and run with it full time. And so I gave notice to a company that I've been working for 13 years that I would go off and on my own. And we came to the agreement that I would stay there for another couple months. And so I stayed there through July and through August. And September 1st was my first day working on my business. July was a crazy month. It was crazy changes for our family. Sarah was going through the radiation, and she had tattoos for the first time. Lizzie's surgery. That's the third week of July is always when we do our family reunion with Sarah's family. Our anniversary is that month, and so it was a crazy month. August was crazy because that was when Sarah was finishing up her radiation, and I think her last day of radiation was the first day of school. In fact, that was our very first vlog video, and we did it just so we could start taking a little bit more advantage of video and making video and putting it on to kind of track what we've been up to in our lives, and it's been fun ever since. But that was the first video. On the 19th of August was our very first actual video that we recorded, and that was the first day of school for the kids and Sarah's last day of radiation. So that was in August, and again, the first few weeks of August was literally just Sarah just getting through the last weeks, several weeks of the radiation. Problem with the radiation is it causes you to feel sick, and like Sarah said, she got morning sickness, feelings, and all these different things, and so she was hoping once this got done that she would get feeling better, and something else happened. So my last day of working for that company that I worked for 13 years was on the 28th. That was my last day. And we had made several other videos by that point. But into September, Sarah was feeling nasty still.
First I had an ultrasound on my gallbladder, and they couldn't see anything there. And so the next step is called a HIDA scan, where they inject you with this dye, and it shows how well your gallbladder is working. And they found out that mine was only working at 27%. So they decided it was time to get my gallbladder out. And by this time, that was the 21st of September that I had the HIDA scan. So by that time, I was living off of cottage cheese and protein shakes. So I was pretty excited to get my gallbladder taken out so I could hopefully eat real food again.
So then we scheduled the surgery, which happened on
November 6th.
Okay, so then we went in and we scheduled another surgery for Sarah to have her gallbladder removed because it wasn't functioning properly. We also talked with them at that point. Nobody knew about this, but we also talked to them at that point about getting her tubes tied so we couldn't have any more kids. This last baby was very rough on Sarah physically, and so she can't do it again, although she would love to have another baby, and so would I. Physically, it's not possible for this woman to have another baby and survive it. So we decided it was time to talk to them about that. At the same time, they said it would be great. They could go in the same little incisions and do that surgery. And then Sarah also asked the day of the surgery if she could have them look at her appendix, because she didn't want to have any more surgeries. This year was crazy enough. And so she went in for surgery on October 6th. She went for surgery on October 6th, had her appendix removed along with her gallbladder and having her tubes tied. So yes, it's time to recover once again, and that was about a 2 to 3 week recovery, maybe a little longer.
It was about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, so 2 to 3 week recovery. In that time, we had fall break going on. We had family pictures before that point. There was a lot going on here, but we're getting toward the end of the year, and so getting ready for Christmas and all that. Anyhow, the month of October was another month of Sarah just trying to recover and get back to herself. So if you think about it, she got pregnant. She had a rough pregnancy. She had the baby. After all this rough pregnancy, she had the surgery. She had radiation. She had surgery again. So all those things happened this year, and she has not, until this point in time, been able to start to feel normal and get back to herself. So, into November, Sarah's dad also was diagnosed with cancer this year, and he had surgery on the 9th. And so that was a big thing for our family because the surgeries are a big deal, but surgery when it comes to cancer and reasons for that gets kind of scary. And so I think our family got really close this year because of the things that happened, and I don't think we would give it back. It's easy for me to say because I didn't have any surgery or cancer or anything, but it's been a good year for helping our family get closer. So with the business, nothing had happened even into November, even till now. There's nothing out there yet in terms of a product for customers yet. But leading up to this point, we just kind of been putting things together and building it because we decided, me and my partners decided that we would go big in terms of our rollout instead of a short, small rollout and build up to there. So we've been doing a lot of things getting ready for that. We, in November, went to Idaho, which you probably seen on some of our videos. That was a lot of fun, and we just had family time, and it was awesome. And then into December, we had Christmas. We had staying in Salt Lake. We had Christmas party after Christmas party after Christmas party, which was awesome. And it's just been an awesome year. This year has been special to our family because Branson is planning and is working towards going on a mission as soon as he's done with high school this year. This year is his senior year in high school. He'll graduate in May, at the end of May, and then he can go on a mission and serve for 2 years for the LDS Church. That would mean if he left this summer that there is not a chance for the next 2 years that he will be spending Christmas with us. So this is our last Christmas as a full family with all of our little kids. And then after this point, it's just going to keep going, getting more and more crazy because the girls will get older and they'll start doing their thing. And so anyway, it's been a crazy year. We're looking forward to 2016. One of the other cool, awesome things that's happened for our family this year is the vlog. When we started it in July, we just started it just so our family can have something to basically keep the memories and everything that we've been going through and some of the fun stuff that we do as a family on somewhere where we can go back on it. But we've since had a lot of subscribers, and it really started taking off around November. And so for the last few months, we've seen some good growth from you guys, and we're getting excited about it because it's something that's keeping us to keep the camera on, doing stuff like this and doing stuff with our family and keeping the camera rolling. We're becoming more and more comfortable with it and having a lot of fun with it. So thank you to you. Be on the lookout for that video tomorrow or Monday. We're hoping tomorrow for that house tour. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for subscribing. We love you all. Our kids love the messages that we get and all the cool things that are happening with the videos, and they love being able to watch the videos. So anyway, we love you. Thank you. If you're seeing this for the first time, please subscribe, and we would love to hear your comments below about this video and about what you've seen with our family thus far. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.